My beautiful geekies, I want to assure you there are absolutely no spoilers in this review. Shyamalan is back! Split is directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan, aka the Shamhammer, aka Shamalama Ding Dong, and it stars James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. This is about a man who suffers from the dissociative identity disorder, and he has 23 personalities trapped in his head. And one of these personalities kidnaps 3 girls and keeps them in captivity. While this is going on, we cut sometimes during the movie to the psychiatrist played by Betty Buckley, and she is analyzing this man and his different personalities. I'm going to let you know right now, this is a movie for people who know M. Night Shyamalan in and out of his movies. This is a movie for people who know his filmography. This is a movie for people who have supported M. Night Shyamalan, who have turned against him for good reason, and who still want to see him come back, who still want to see him keep the promise that he had earlier in his career. His camera work in this film is freaking amazing. The camera has a lot of movement, but at the same time, it has limited movement. You notice throughout the film how much he turns the camera, or better said, how little he turns the camera in this enclosed environment as these 3 girls are trapped somewhere where they don't know, where we don't know, and that is how you do a great mystery. What is a mystery to the characters is a mystery to the audience. How the characters understand the world that they are involved in is how you do a great mystery, because the audience understands it as much as the characters. He has a lot of panning shots, he has a lot of traveling shots, he does a lot of sliding shots throughout the film to let you little hints at how the story is going. He has a lot of close-ups for you to feel intimidated by the man played by James McAvoy, who we'll talk about in a little bit. He has different kinds of close-ups with the girls because of the environment that they are in, because of what they are feeling, because of the situations that they find themselves in. Shyamalan operates the camera around these environments, around these situations, around these people, these different characters, and their perceptions of the situation is great. I also like how he tells the story, how he transfers the script that he wrote into the movie itself. Not only does he have incredible visual storytelling, which I say to you guys a lot that I really love, he also understands the audience. He knows that his fans and any person in the world who has heard of this man and his reputation, they have been disappointed before. They have been thrilled before with his work. And throughout this film, Shyamalan just asks you what any movie asks you. But if you know Shyamalan, you know that this way of telling this story that he wrote, that he transferred into the frame, this is him asking you to trust him. Despite everything so far, he asks you to trust him. He says, just go with it. Trust me, come along, and he reels you in with great character work, with a solid structure of a narrative, with incredible visual storytelling. I cannot say any more about Shyamalan's directing or writing. They are very good. Let's talk about the star, James fucking McAvoy. My God, this is the Range Festival for McAvoy. How much can this guy do? If you ever doubted that this guy was talented, you must watch this film. McAvoy in this movie as probably one of the top 3, if not top 2, if not the best performance I have seen him in. He and Shyamalan work great together in this film. Not only because when he changes personalities, you have Shyamalan experimenting with different type of camera shots to tell you this is a different character that has come now into the story. And McAvoy, with his little change in accent, with his little change in the types of words he uses, with changes in the eyes, with changes on the lips and on his body language, and how he communicates with other people, and how he reacts to things he hears. Everything about McAvoy is incredibly done, and he has a genius to it. He adds his own little flavor, which shows how much talent this guy has. McAvoy in this movie risks a lot. He goes into that thin line between amazing and over the top, and sometimes he really does go over the top, honestly. If it is one personality or another, which I cannot divulge the names of, you have McAvoy going over the top and somehow still fitting into this film. This is a deep psychological thriller that analyzes this character incredibly and analyzes his world incredibly and his perspective on the world incredibly and his perspective on himself incredible. I could tell you right now my favorite scenes from each and every single one of the personalities, and that is because of James McAvoy's amazing talent. Anya Taylor-Joy is also great in this movie. I really liked her in The Witch. She was incredible in that. I still think that's her best performance. I really liked her in Morgan, even though I didn't like the movie overall very much. This is her second best performance, and it's very near to The Witch. She is amazing in this. She is a character with a deep, dark story, and you find out this story throughout the movie, and the pieces of the puzzle start to fit. They start to relate. You start to see parallels in the stories that are happening in this movie, that have happened in this movie, and now Shyamalan is reeling you in to come into this story and be with these characters. And the way, again, he shoots this movie makes you feel like you are in there. There are a lot of things that don't make sense in this movie. It's a Shyamalan movie. There's a twist. There's no surprise in that. I'm not going to tell you the twist, of course. Just go with it. What little things don't make sense with tone, with writing, what little elements of this film that seem to be out of nowhere and trying to tell a completely different story, go with it. Shyamalan has got you. Shyamalan will let you know when it's time to do so. This movie is not perfect though. It is well directed, it is well written, it is well acted, it has good characters, but just like everything, it has many flaws. There are flashbacks in this movie to one of the characters' lives, and I didn't think it amounted to anything. I know what they were there to do, but I think they could have arranged another way to let you know these things that happened. They just didn't fit very organically in this film. They kind of delayed the pacing. There are two characters that have a lot of conversations in this film, and I think they could have used those conversations to flesh out this part of the story instead of flashbacks. The other two girls that are kidnapped with Anya Taylor-Joy are very half and half. There are lines that they speak that are very good and believable and they are just fine. There are others that a character wouldn't say that and it wouldn't say that way. I think you could have shaved just about 5, maybe 10 minutes of this film. It would be perfect. It doesn't feel very long, but you feel like it is dragging. You really feel like the pace has really slowed down. Shyamalan is definitely back. You can see how much work he put into this film with the writing. You can see how well he worked with the actors. You can see how well he created these characters. And you can see how passionate he was to be behind the camera again. Split is high on the Shyamalan rankings, and I have been a fan of Shyamalan even throughout his bad movies. I have hated his movies, and I will rant on them all you want. But Split is definitely a comeback, and Split is definitely a collector's item. I want to let you guys know that on Saturday I will have a spoilers review for Split because I really want to talk about it, but let me know what you guys think. No spoilers on these comments. Please, do you like this movie? Do you hate this movie? Do you think Shyamalan is back? Is it your favorite? Is it not? Let me know in the comments, my beautiful Iggies. And thank you so much for all the support I've been getting lately. This has been the greatest amount of support I've ever gotten, and I am deeply thankful to you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like this video and share with your beautiful friends and tell them to come join the beautiful geeky community where we can be geeky united. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all. You stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and shit!